Hello, everybody. Welcome back to AniYayAniNay. As always, I'm your host, John.
And I'm Joey.
All right. This is a pretty simple intro for y'all. All right, let's get started. Hello again, everybody. As always, welcome back to AniYayAniNay. Another great episode of an anime review, of course, coming back at y'all. But of course, before we do it, we like to give a big shout out to all the love everybody's given us. We're only 30 subscribers away from breaking to 1,100 subscribers, and we're really grateful for that from all of you.
We love you all and greatly appreciate what you do for us.
Yes, we really do. We're just still trying to get more comments from you guys, so please don't be afraid to comment. Please, we would really we really appreciate your comments, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I know I've said that I would get to y'all with streaming and all. I just haven't been able to yet. Once I get the chance, I plan on getting to y'all with that.
Also, before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell down below, please. We really greatly, for any newcomers, we greatly appreciate your subscriptions.
We greatly appreciate it and greatly love you all.
Yeah, so please, don't be afraid to hit that button down there. Please, press it.
Press it, press it, press it. Yay.
Or the ways of Vegeta, people of the earth. Press it right now, or you're all going to die! You think that was a bit much?
Maybe just a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah. I think from what I see on our recording session, I think I just broke everybody's eardrums probably. But let's get started, everybody. But, of course, we want to go ahead and give a shout out with some upcoming animes that we've actually been looking at. Though some of them we probably won't go too deep into because they won't probably be coming out till tomorrow or later in the month. But the first one I like to give a big open out to is Devil is a Part-Timer. That one will be following in July. So basically you'll be having a July premiere from Devil is a Part-Timer. We've been waiting for that anime for a long time. I know a lot of fans of it have been waiting for it. I know you haven't watched it yet, Joey, but
I've seen the
trailer.
Yeah, the trailer for it. So I think it's actually going to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's an interesting anime, but you got to watch the first season too to kind of understand what's going on.
I plan on it. I just got to
But I know you're going to laugh at this anime because it's like, it wasn't an anime a lot of people expected to do good, but it did amazing. Basically, I told you, Satan works as a part-timer at a fast food joint.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm pretty sure our viewers have noticed that I laugh at everything anyways. So.
Yeah, especially with what I just did. But also, Devil is a Part-Timer will be a July premiere, so everyone look forward to that. Another big premiere is, of course, the time I got reincarnated as a slime. The trailer for that actually just came out maybe a week ago or so, maybe a few days, more than a week, almost 2 weeks ago. And that movie will be maybe getting a November release. That's the release month in Japan, so we're not quite sure when it'll get an English release date.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things don't drop in America at the same time as in Japan, not like shows do. So we're hoping for maybe a soon English release date after it drops in Japan. So maybe after it drops in November, maybe we'll get a December release date. Maybe that'll be grateful. We'll be grateful for that. That's definitely a movie I want to see. And
it would be good to go and watch. To be honest, I mean, I watched that one and
it's really good.
I haven't seen the anime for it, so I gotta go back and watch the anime.
But and also the other big one that could be dropping maybe next year, though we won't go into big detail with that, is one for Black Clover. there technically isn't an official release date for it, but they're expecting a 2023 release. So technically it's up in the air. All we know it's just going to drop in 2023. So I mean, that's a pretty long month though.
Facts.
So I mean, we're like waiting for a whole year. We just get 2023. It's like, okay, what part of 2023?
Don't know. It's kind of aggravating.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Yeah, we'd all would like to know, but
they want to be lame.
Yes, they want to be lame. But aside from all our lameness and our upcoming anime news that we've given y'all, let's go ahead and jump right into this review. As you heard last week, we are reviewing today the Misfit of the Demon Academy. History's strongest demon king reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants.
Yep.
That's the full title.
That is the full exact title.
Though everyone calls it for short the Misfit of the Demon King Academy. That's the short title everyone calls it by. Though, actually, you may not know this, Joe, but this anime was made by Silverlink, and I know you don't. I didn't know this till not too long ago, but they're the same ones who also made an anime that we also already did a review on. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated into another world as an aristocrat.
Ah.
So, I mean, Silverlink, if they made that one, I don't know what happened with that one compared to this one, because it's a lot better than that one.
You feel me?
Yes. But I want to compare this kind of, while we're reviewing this, kind of review it to the strongest sage, the weakest crest at the same time. Because it kind of had some same things in there. You know, reincarnation with the people from the future in the same world, you know, blah, 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 things like that.
I mean, I haven't really seen the anime, so.
I thought you finished it, man. You were the one who told me about this one.
No, I haven't. I haven't watched it. I just knew somebody had told me to put it on my list.
Well, basically,
I just hadn't been able to get the chance to watch it.
Basically, the plot-wise,
the slime one is what I'm talking about. The slime one, not this one. The slime one.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Where are you? The slime one is.
No, you just said that you wanted to compare it to the slime one. I was saying haven't watched the slime one.
No, I didn't want to compare it to the slime one. I said the greatest sage one, the one we did last week.
Okay, I heard slime for some reason.
I was about to say, where are you? That's 20.
No, I just wanted to make sure I was thinking right, because I heard slime for some reason instead of sage.
Okay. Well, basically, the plot of this show is basically, I keep saying basically, but I'm trying to give you guys a basic synopsis without giving you guys too many spoilers. But after 2,000 years of countless wars and strife, the Demon King Anos Voldigoad, I can never say his name right, made a deal with the human hero Kanon to sacrifice his own life to ensure peace could flourish. And he reincarnates 2,000 years later, and Anos finds that loyal demons now harshly rule... Royal demons, basically, now harshly rule over lower-class hybrid demons in a society that values Arnos' pure-blood descendants over the demons who are interbred with other species, such as humans and spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, so we have a world where we have Arnos is reincarnated into a world where basically nobility is basically the hierarchy, and they look down on everyone below.
Yeah, and he's not the Demon King in that world, basically.
He's not the Demon King anymore. Arnos actually reincarnates as a hybrid.
Yeah, but the history don't even say it's him either. It says it's somebody else. Yes.
Basically, someone changed the basically changed the future, or in believing. So Anos Voldigoad is not technically even known as the Demon King. He's basically a nobody. But he reincarnates. He has all his, like world's strongest sage with weakest crest. He keeps all his knowledge, and basically when he reincarnates, he's OP.
Yep, he is OP.
I mean, I guess it makes sense that he's OP as fuck because he has certain powers, not like the strongest sage in a way.
Yeah.
He kind of like reincarnates and he keeps everything. It's like he didn't reincarnate as a new person. He reincarnated as himself again.
Yep. Basically, that's what happened. Basically, it seems like he just decided to come back to life and be like, "Hey, it's me again. You don't know me, but it's me again."
Well, I like to first compare the characters to this other one. The characters compared to the strongest sage, the weakest crest, are a lot better.
And then the hero apparently was split into 9 pieces, 9 people apparently.
It was split into a bunch of different people when it came to the 7 different sources, I believe is what they said.
Yeah, that's what it was.
At the Hero Academy.
Yep.
But we'll get more into that in a minute, but I want to talk about some of the main characters. Like Mishia Necron, the first girl he meets, the white-haired chick. I mean, she's basically a tsundere, basically a girl who's not shy but acts like she has no damn emotion at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have her sister Sasha, who is the pureblood. At first she was like looking down on her, but figure out that was a front, of course.
Yeah,
because she actually wanted to
save her at the end. Basically, really, she had the whole thing planned. She wanted to get strong enough to where she could give her power over.
Yeah, because
she save her sister.
Because she knew she was going to disappear.
Yep.
Technically, what was going to happen, they were going to become one being.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going to happen. But, which technically they do become one being again, but it's like at the end of the show where that's something they can choose to do.
Yeah.
But basically, Sasha is more of the fighter, while Mishia is more of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Mishia always builds their
castle,
their fortresses. Sasha's always the one who can
go out and do damage. Yep.
Technically, they're like a split of Todoroki because Mishia uses ice and Sasha uses fire.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Let's talk.
If you look at it like that, yeah.
Let's talk about another character, Lei Galanzudel. This is a guy I want to cosplay as, basically because he's a badass sword user. He like doesn't even care about his other demon powers. He's just a sword wielder.
That's all he cares about.
And he's really good at it. And then basically the other main character, of course, the last main character that I recall is Misa Alagro, who is basically the hybrid girl who's basically formed that fan club for Anos.
Yeah.
And she, like, her group call themselves the Unitarians because they stand for unity between all groups.
Uh-huh.
But of course, their thoughts are looked down on by the royals, and since they have all the power, they don't want their voices out there. Wouldn't you agree, Joe? That's basically what they're doing.
That's how I would look at it too, to be honest. Because that's the only thing that makes sense on what rules do. I mean,
drown their voices out. I mean, the characters were a lot better than the strongest sage, the weakest crest. They had more development. They had better connections. And I mean, Anos actually had people that gave him a challenge, especially Lei in the beginning. That was like his first challenge.
Yeah, Lei was definitely his first challenge.
Everybody else he like either made fun of or he was like cocky and arrogant, but he could back it up. And that's what I like about it. The strongest sage, the weakest crest, he could back it up, but it was like it wasn't there. He like couldn't be the badass same way.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be arrogant at the same time. But
he just basically was like, hey, bloop, hey, bloop, try me, bloop.
Yes. One of my favorite moments in the whole show was when he like pardon my French, everybody, but when he fucked with that homeroom teacher of his. Remember the do you remember the homeroom teacher that he had with him that time?
I remember it.
I think her name was Amelia. She like went ever since the moment he walked through that door. She like hated him and like tried to find ways for him to fail.
Yeah.
And like every time he found a way out of it. Like when his group brought back that staff, they were supposed to get a perfect score, but she said somebody stole it and they got a 70. And then he found out who stole it right away and gave it back to her, and then talked her down, saying, next time you're gonna find somebody to steal something, make sure they can do it right.
Facts.
So she was always trying to find ways to look down on him.
Yep.
And then of course when he beat her brother in the sword competition, that really ticked her off. And then the moment when he let her have it, that was really awesome.
Yeah, he was just like, hey, nah, you can have it. Basically, I mean, okay, I give.
No, I mean, he didn't let her have it like that. I mean, yes.
I mean, that's how I looked at it.
She tried to steal his sword so he couldn't compete, and then he took her back to the Coliseum, and he started torturing her with the sword, poking it through, shoving it through her, and keep moving it so she'd slowly die. Technically, supposedly what I read in the reviews in the manga, the torture is actually far worse. He kept like maybe, I think he kept turning her into a worm and burning her like constantly. And then the piece de resistance, the touch, was when he reincarnated her and made her into a hybrid, which is what she hated more than anything.
Yep.
And of course,
she did hate that.
And of course, he cursed her, so even if she killed herself, she couldn't be reincarnated as a pureblood again.
Yep.
So, I mean, it was like, oh my God, he just owned this bitch like a mother. Because she was gone the next day. She didn't come back after that episode.
She was like, bye, you can have it.
And she was like shamed. That sounds like you right there. Be like, I own you now, bitch.
I don't know, maybe not. You might find out, you might never find out.
Honestly, continuing with this, when they went to the human cat, the humans were far more, in my opinion, more evil than the demons were, in my opinion. I don't know if you remember that, but when they went to the human world and went into the human academy, and they were trying to work together.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
They were looking down on them, trying to force ways for them to fail.
Yep. They was trying to give them ways to where they couldn't do nothing because they just felt like they wasn't worth it.
Or they didn't like them, of course, and they just wanted to embarrass them.
Yep.
Like, first of all, like when they did to the guy, he couldn't cast a spell, and they like cheated, adding holy water into basically a lake where they were fighting. Basically, they were all looking down on them. And basically, the way it worked, the way they used their power, it's actually kind of interesting. I would think that the demons' power was more meant to destroy, but their power was more meant to defend. And the humans' power, that's what their power was meant to destroy.
For real, that's what I noticed too. I don't know. I always thought you would have demons destroying and not trying to defend their kind.
Well, I mean, it's like the way they call things.
Yeah.
Their main power is what basically kind of like is to defend. That's what allows like people like Misha to build those castles, whereas the humans, do the opposite. Their power is to destroy those castles. So it's like the humans are evil, in my opinion.
Yeah, I see that. I can see that.
And later, of course, we find out they are evil because of a guy that tried to kill the hero. Later, after the hero had already killed Anos.
Yep.
But we're not going to get into that because we want you guys to watch
Yeah, you need to watch that part.
We're trying to give you just short bursts of everything.
We'll tell you a little piece about it, but that's it. But y'all figure it out the rest now.
As for the characters, they were far better than Strongest Sage, Weakest Crest, but the only problem I had with this show was the plot outline. Don't get me wrong, the plot outline was decent, but it was obvious.
Yeah, it was good, but it was obvious.
I mean, it was not about like, oh, how is Anos going to will Anos defeat this? It's It's more like, how is he going to defeat this person? We know he's going to defeat this person already, but how will he do it? That's more of the question, which really doesn't. That makes it more obvious in a way to know that he's already going to win.
Yep.
I mean, it just seemed like the plot line was too obvious. But I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought like this is not the anime for them or something like that. But me being a fantasy fan, of course, I liked it, but it had its flaws.
I mean, don't get me wrong, just about any show, any movie is really gonna have its flaws.
Yes.
Every now and then you might find one that's basically just about perfect, you know what I'm saying, and don't really have flaws.
Like Demon Slayer?
So far, yeah, like Demon Slayer, you know, to us, but other people might say it has its flaws. So you can't really say that. Well, you get what I'm saying?
Well, anybody who probably just watches the anime will probably say that it had its flaws, like Rengoku dying.
Yeah.
But if you read the manga, you know that's what was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really depends on the preferences of people. But, I mean, you can compare the first two My Hero movies. They were both really good. The first one was good. The second one was better.
Yep.
And then the third one kind of...
It went down from there. Like, I don't get that part neither. Like...
Well, really what made the third one bad was the villain.
Yep.
Like we said before in our first show, because that was our very first review, we said the villain was kind of suckish, in our opinion.
I mean, he didn't really have no attacks.
He just reflected everything back.
Exactly. Who wants to watch somebody reflect everything? Reflectoid. Get a reflectoid.
It's basically a way of people saying they have the perfect defense.
Oh, I have the perfect defense. Reflectoid. Get a reflectoid. I mean, that's all it was. Fuck that shit. Who cares about your defense? It's gonna break.
I don't care about what anyone says about defense. When it comes to anime characters, the one who probably has the strongest defense out of any anime character, in my opinion, is Gaara from Naruto.
She's got a good defense.
The sand user.
Gaara's got a good defense.
He doesn't even have to move.
I don't know why I said she.
Yeah, it's a he. I mean, he doesn't even have to move. He just has a strong sand. I mean, his sand, like, may give, but it never breaks, in my opinion. I mean, that's just, like, that's pretty awesome right there. Even after he lost the Jinchuriki in his body, it was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. He's still as badass as he was before. So, I mean, in my opinion, Gaara is the best defense out of all anime characters, in my opinion. I don't know of any other defensive characters as strong as Gaara. Do you?
No, I don't. No, I don't know of any. Really, to be honest.
Well, I mean, Gaara is like other than defense, I mean, that's all I can think of when it comes to Gaara. But, I mean, back on this, Misfits of the Demon King Academy, I mean, that's, other than the final outline, that's how I can see it. I mean, Silver Link is giving this a second season. So, I mean, I don't know when it's going to drop, of course, but it was just notified today that it will be getting a second season. But from what I hear, it may not be coming out till next year. So, I mean, we'll have to wait on that. But the characters were good. The main character was good. He got his challenges here and there. But the plot line to me was too obvious. And plot line to me means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the major things I look at along with character development. I don't know what you look at majorly too when you watch anime.
Whenever you look at character development, the plot means a lot. I mean, you can't just look at character without looking at the plot.
I mean,
that's how it is. You can't look at the show without looking at the plot. That's how it is. So you have to look at the plot to be able to actually look at anything.
Yes.
So, I mean, to be honest, the plot was a little, noticeable, really.
Yeah, the plot was obvious in a way, but I mean, it's like we knew it was coming. I mean, the way it ends, the way it started. I mean, the way it started was kind of like, of course, you can't like predict the plot from there, but from the moment after he got into the academy,
it was kind of obvious from then on
about what was going to happen. About Misha being his first recruit in his party, how he got Sasha to join, how he made friends with Lei and Misa. But I mean, I'm giving it an AniYay, but a very small one. It really depends on how this second season works out. If the second season kind of downfalls and plunders, then I'm probably going to change it to an AniYay. The plot, it's good, but it's like Misfits of the Demon King is like, it's like missing something key to making it a great show.
I'm not even gonna lie. I personally like it. I would have to give it an AniYay, but I need to see more. I want to see more of it to be able to give it a firm AniYay. It's an AniYay. It's just, you know, if the second season comes out and it's shitty, then yeah, it's gonna be a 9. No, bye, no.
Yeah. So just like me, Joe, you feel like it's missing that one key ingredient.
Yeah.
To make it
I mean, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something.
Yes.
To be honest.
It's like, how can I say it when we review these shows? When we review shows, of course, we look at everything. Now, of course, even when we're watching Demon Slayer, a show that's as great as that, we're looking at every single possible thing. And, of course, Demon Slayer, like, has everything.
Everything.
My Hero
Academia.
It has everything, even in certain plots. Ruby has the same thing. I mean, World's Finest Assassin, I think you remember how I hit that one pretty hard. It was terrible.
It was terrible. I mean, it wasn't all that great.
With Q, it was like, oh, I was expecting two things, and it was terrible.
Yep.
And with Strongest Sage, Weakest Crest, like we did last week, we were expecting something. We got the complete opposite, and that's what made it garbage.
Yep.
So, I mean, Mistress of the Demon King has a lot of, how can I say, it has a lot of potential. It does have good potential to make it a great show, but it has to capitalize with this second season. This second season is really what means a lot, in my opinion.
Exactly, and you know, you can't, depending on the second season, you know, we might not still be stuck, and you know, we could be still stuck on Barely Yay at the same time, though.
Well, if it's still stuck at that, then that means the show will pretty much have to do the same thing as it did, maybe just add a few things.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though. It's possible. Anything's possible. So,
yeah, anything's possible, but I'm wondering really where they're going to take it from here, because it kind of gave it in a way, I mean, I know there's supposed to be more when it comes to the manga, but I've never read this manga before, and I think they have more. I'm really wondering how they're going to take it from that ending, because that ending kind of gave it a complete story in a way. Everyone goes back home, everything's fixed.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but I'm wondering how they're going to take it too.
Yes. But as for our next show, we've already mentioned that we added it to our list. It's Requiem of the Rose King.
Yeah.
We'll be reviewing that one next. Though also, I gotta mention from one of our big fans, Gotham Siren. I'm not gonna, of course, not mention their name, of course. I'm not gonna mention their full name, but they wanted us to do a review on an anime called Kaguya-sama Love is War. I've heard of this anime, but I've never gotten around to it to watch it. But I've heard it's good. But of course, we gotta watch it to find out how good it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kaguya-sama Love is War, will definitely be adding that to our list. At least the first two seasons, because there's a third season that's currently out that hasn't finished yet.
I'm not gonna lie, I hope it's better than the other one that was supposed to be like Tokyo Ghoul that was nothing like Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, Gotham Siren
that was nothing on Tokyo Ghoul.
Devil's Line, I believe that's what it was. Yes, Gotham Siren suggested that one to us too, and you raved on that. But I mean, from what she said, Gotham Siren informed me, she said it's supposed to have a Kakeguri feel.
Okay. Well,
But of course, that can change.
yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't mean it will.
I'm gonna give it a chance, but I just hope it's not like how Devil's Eye was supposed to be like Tokyo Ghoul, and it was nothing like Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes. Well, basically, as the final result, as you guys all heard, we give Misfits of Demon Academy an AniYay.
AniYay.
But of course, that can change next season. But that probably won't be coming out till next year. So as always, I'm your host, John.
And I'm Joey.
We'll see ya
On the next one.